Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Nata back at it again with another scary video. I hope you're in the dark because it does not make sense to do this with light. I only have light so I can be able to read what I'm doing, but other than that, everything should be dark just like the way it is here. It actually doesn't look as dark as it looks on camera, but anyways, I have been trying to post a little bit more weekly because I feel like sometimes, you watch a YouTube video, you kind of want to see more within the week. There's a lot of people that create content usually only post like one video a week, and it kind of does leave us with a temptation like, oh my god, I wish they would post another video. But trust me, I am going to try to do that. I'm going to try to post at least 2 to 3 videos a week because I love doing these videos. And the only thing is that this past week I have been busy. I know it always seems like I'm coming up with excuses, but I don't know, I get tired real easily. Let me just see. I'm trying to figure out this Wi-Fi shit. Sorry guys, we were having a little bit of technical difficulties, but now we've got it under control. The hotspot, so I have an issue. I have hotspot and it sucks. We're gonna go ahead and get these stories from where we always get them, so make sure that you're comfortable and try to make it a little bit brighter here. I feel a little bit awkward because like there's these other crew members, but it's dead. I want to kill some time. These guys are always on their phone, so it's fine. Okay, let's just say that I'm not working. Okay, let's just say I'm not. A lot of people have been saying that they enjoy these videos and that they have experiences, and in my next video I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys, if any of you guys have any experiences that you want to share, please send them to me. I have Instagram, I have TikTok, I have an email, and just go ahead and send them to me so I can go ahead and do that for the next video. I'm gonna go ahead and pick as many as I can to fit into one video. And yes, because I love hearing genuine experiences because it gives me hope that there is something on the other side. So yes, if you guys do have any stories, please send them to me because I want to know what y'all have been through. Like, please
tell me I'm not the only one.
But yes, let me go ahead and get started with these stories. Oh, I have a couple. Okay, I have a couple. I kind of want to make it a little bit darker in here so we can get scared. I need to figure out my setting because it's really awkward. There's men that are constantly going outside for cigarette breaks, and they probably think that I'm being weird or doing some weird stuff. Sorry, my hotspot is really shitty. I'm actually just thinking about getting some hotspot. Oh, a little device. So this one is from an anonymous person. I have a story and I need advice about what it could be. Please post me anonymously. Okay, of course. I was preparing dinner at home one night and an empty laundry detergent container was thrown against the wall. At first I thought it was my son who might have gone in. I called out his name and checked, but no one was in the room. My son was watching TV in the living room. I've had other random things get knocked over. What could it mean? Okay, guys. So first of all, I can understand where this person is coming from because my parents actually experienced something similar the other night. I don't know if I mentioned it in one of my previous videos. I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't remember. I have really bad memory. But stuff like this has actually been happening a lot. Obviously, there's something going on with this person, you know? Obviously, something's going on in this person's house. I feel like these kinds of spirits obviously just want to make themselves known. They have probably been there for a while because I feel like it takes a lot of energy and practice for them to be able to do those kinds of things, like moving things and all that stuff. So this reminds me of what my parents told me the other day. This was probably about like 2-3 weeks ago. I was asleep in my room and my sister was asleep in my room. We were both upstairs in our rooms and my parents were downstairs with one of my little sisters. One of my little sister's toys was thrown from the top of the stairs to the bottom of the stairs, and my dad thought that it was like me playing around thinking that it was a joke, but actually I was asleep. I had been asleep that night. I slept like 12-13 hours that night. Like, I did not wake up. I was so tired. I had barely started working. I was just sleeping. Like, I was tired. So he thought it was me. He's like, nah, it's probably you. This is from what they told me. This is their experience. I'm sharing my parents' experience, and I think my dad, like, low-key, he didn't want to say it, but I knew that low-key, like, he was afraid. Like, I know that freaked him out, and he threw it back and nothing happened anymore. So I think the spirits just, they try to make themselves known. When I do these kinds of videos and I'm doing them at home, I trigger shit. My heart just started beating really fast. I don't know. if that's ever happened to you guys. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys where your heart just starts beating out of nowhere, like if you're gonna get an anxiety attack. So I believe about 90 to 95% of these stories are all from Laredo. Hence the title being Laredo Paranormal Stories. So these are people that send this girl. I've already sent her a shout out to her page because she's the one who helps. She's the one that puts everybody's stories to the spotlight. I just read them to you guys, and I appreciate that you guys enjoy these stories. But you guys gotta give this girl credit because she's a real one for being so consistent with her page. She already has over 80,000 followers. She's really, really cool. I love her page. Okay, so this is from an anonymous person. I work at Laredo Medical Center since it's opened, and let me tell you, the amount of paranormal activity is unbelievable. For it being a new hospital, I was surprised how much activity it had. My very first experience was when we were moving from Old Mercy to LMC. It was around 6 a.m., and my job was to set monitors in rooms. I had to open the box of cables, and I remember being alone on the floor. I heard footsteps, but I didn't think much of it since there was a lot of people helping. When I was giving my back to the door, I hear the footsteps behind me, and as I turned, no one was there. I called out hello, and no one was around the floor I was in. Fast forward to a few years ago, I was working late, charting on my last patient when I hear a woman sobbing. It sounded really loud as if a patient was in one of the rooms. I got up and checked, but there was no one. All the lights were off, and not a single soul around other than myself. Everyone had gone home for the day. The next day, I told some of my coworkers, and they had all heard this woman crying in the surgical rooms when they stay late. Another thing I've heard from the employees is a little girl with an old-fashioned dress that roams the halls in the ER in the first floor and the second floor. Well, okay, I don't know. I'm not the kind of person that scares easily unless I'm alone and I think about details. I get scared.
Oh my god.
That is creepy. Like, that is another reason that I'm gonna add to why I would never want to work in a hospital. Like, just even picturing a patient in their gown sitting on the edge of the corner, like all old and scary. Oh my god. Good luck. If you're still working there, props to you because, I know damn well there's a lot of spirits there. Okay, so this one's a picture, and this credits Ghosts of London. I don't know if this is from Laredo. I don't think so. So this one says, my sister and her friends stayed in an old house that was apparently haunted by native spirits, according to the owners, as it used to be an area inhabited by Native Americans. The pic is zoomed into the figure for privacy reasons, but it appears to be peeking. That is fucking scary. Bro, if you don't cleanse your soul right now, it almost looks like a clown or something grinning. Good luck. This is from Alyssa. I am a travel RN, and I worked at Laredo Medical Center during COVID times. I remember where I was in a supply room looking for some tubings and talked to myself saying, where is it? And I hear a female, oh my god. And I hear a female voice right behind my ear saying,
Help.
I freaked out and turned around real quick. No one was in the room. You would have to hear the sound of someone putting in a code to enter. As I was freaking out, I hear commotion going on, and as I stepped out, I see everyone coding my patient, my female patient. I believe the voice I heard was hers asking me for help just seconds after she coded. My second story in that hospital was when I was at the nurse's station. I was just sitting there on my computer when all of a sudden the TV of an empty room turns on super loud, and the charts on the rack flew across the nurse's station seconds after seeing the TV turn on. It was 3 charts from 3 different rooms. Later that shift, we had 1 code and 2 deaths in those rooms. I believe it was a sign. Talking about this with my coworker, you're always gonna catch me yawning when I read. I don't know why. Talking about this with my coworker there brought up more stories. One that scared me the most, but I never experienced, was a tall shadow of a man that goes into rooms and stands over patients that are very sick. Some patients that make it claim to see this shadow in the room where they were very ill. Some call it death. The hospital was quite eerie, especially at night. Not to mention, those who aren't familiar with the area, the hospital is across the street of a huge cemetery. Yep, that is a big fact. Yes, this hospital is right in front of the cemetery, which is probably it It's probably not even a good idea, but they did it. So on the last, cause she basically gave three stories. She basically gave three stories. So on the third story about the shadow man, the shadow of a man. To me, that sounds like a reaper. I feel like there's different kinds of reapers. If you have seen the show Supernatural, it would make sense for there to be over a dozen reapers all around the world because they're trying to constantly collect souls to pass and stuff like that. So I think like for a girl that has seen Supernatural, if you have seen Supernatural and you think about this story, you're gonna think a Reaper.
Oh fuck no.
Oh my god, 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 I'm getting freaked out. I don't know why, but I feel like there's those pictures that scare the fuck out of you so much that it feels like it's gonna pop up or move, and you know it's just a picture. There's a little backstory on this picture. The owner of this photo said basically the power went out, and me and the wife were talking, and she said, "Snap some pictures and see if anything pops up." So I did. We have no kids or pets. I seen this, and I was like, what the? We hear knocks sometimes, and the lady who owned the house before us died writing a check at the dining room table while smoking a cigarette. And every night we go, to be, I swear you can smell smoke. I mean, bitch, I'm trying not to be scared right now. I feel like this is kind of a question from an anonymous person. I feel like this is true. Is there such thing as protection from energy vampires? Every time I see these people or visit their home, I feel drained, like they or their home suck the energy out of me or life. Oh my god, this is exactly how I fucking feel sometimes. Like, you know that there's always those fucking people, and with me, it's like with the majority of people that I don't know if it's just me, but it's the majority of the people that I interact with on a daily basis. Like, especially if it's somebody that I don't see every day, it is so fucking draining. I don't know. And that's why I'm okay with not interacting and having a social life, because I feel like having a social life is kind of like playing Russian roulette. You don't know who's gonna drain the fuck out of your energy. You don't know who's good for your energy. And there's a lot of things like that, especially when people, con la gente que te tiene coraje, like people that hate you or people who don't like you, they're the ones who are the biggest vampire, like energy vampires. Like, they will suck the fuck out of you. And like, no, like, if you know, you know.
Si te has topado gente así, pues tú ya sabes, okay? So you already know.
This one is from an anonymous person. It says, so 3 years ago. Sorry guys, I'm trying so hard not to yawn. This is from an anonymous person. So 3 years ago, something strange happened to me and my brother. We were both in the kitchen facing each other, having a conversation when an orb flew right between us, rubbing my shoulder and hitting our paper plates to then going straight inside our trash can. We were so shocked we kept staring at the trash can where it flew into. Seconds later, the trash can lid just pops open and we run to go check what it was, but nothing was there. My brother says he saw a very dark orb, and I saw a very bright white orb, almost like a light. I still to this day cannot explain what it was and why we both saw it in two different colors. The first theory that comes to mind as to why you both saw two different colors, like, what comes to mind? Like, I'm not
a professional, like don't fucking call me out.
but when I read this story, like the very last sentence, like how they cannot explain why they saw different colored orbs, it is probably because you guys are on different frequencies of energy. So depending on how dark your energy is, like, let's say you have such a dark energy, you're gonna kind of like block out anything, you know? You're gonna block out anything that's bright. But if you have like not so dark, if you kind of have like a light aura, I don't know. I don't know if you get me.
But if you get me, you get me. If you don't, ni modo.
I think I have another one. Oh my god, oh my god. I just saw Duende and I'm like, fuck. Okay, so this is the last story because it's a Duende. And I don't know what it is. I just feel like there's some unexplainable fear that I get. And I feel like because most Duendes have the malicious intent and how they're little. Like, I've always had that fear ever since I saw the movie Leprechaun. Oh my god, bitch. Bitch, Leprechaun is scary. Chucky is not scary because Chucky's a fucking doll. You can kick him. A Leprechaun, he has powers. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to you. And I would always have nightmares after seeing his movie that he would crawl up my butt and he would want to marry me. Doesn't make sense, but it does to me. And I have my own reasons. I have a lot more shit that I experience in those dreams that I just don't want to talk about because he just scares me. He's fucking scary. Some of them are cute and some of them are not, but most of the time when I think of duendes, I think of like those scary ugly ones. But there are some that are cute. I'm not gonna lie, but they still scare me. Like, just fuck no, I would step on it. Okay, so this one is from Jasmine. She named this story Duende on San Salvador Street. This is in Laredo as well. So I read about the story of a duende in Santo Niño. Oh no. I'm just gonna, spirits and all that are one thing, but this is another bitch. Okay? This is another thing. So I read about the story of a duende in Santo Niño area. I've lived here all my life, 26 years. When I was little, my grandma would tell us about the duende en el arroyo that would come out during the night. My grandma, may she rest in peace, would always wake up around 4 a.m., take some medication, and she would always hear the dogs barking and howling very ugly. She once said she was looking out the window and she saw dogs barking at the corner of her tree outside. You see? Dogs always be catching, like, if you know, one of my on my previous video, there's a girl talking about how she would literally she saw these dogs corner them. So dogs are good to have because they're alerted when it comes to these creatures. Bitch, I'm about to get me a fucking pit bull. Okay, she once said she was looking out the window when she saw dogs barking at the corner of her tree outside. She only made out a small figure running back and forth, trying to escape the dogs. My grandma lived 2 streets down from where I'm at. I have a 4-year-old son who left to play out back. One early morning, I was outside with my mom helping her with gardening when I turned to see my son playing in the grass with his cars and looking into the bushes we have in the back by the fence. He was waving and giggling. My mom asked him who he was waving at, and he says the little toy waving at him. I right away went to go pick him up to bring him to where we were at, and he said the little toy was waving and calling him to go. And when he said that, we all heard leaves moving in the bushes. When he said that, we all heard leaves moving in the bushes. My mom got the water hose and watered in the direction to see if it was an animal, but no. My son said it was wearing rags as clothes. He described it as Dobby's clothes, Harry Potter. So yes, there is a duende in the Santo Niño area, and it's been years of experiences.
Fuck.
Don't even say that. Don't even say that. Oh my god, guys. That is fucking scary. I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't know why the fuck I think it's such a good idea to do this alone. I'm debating on whether or not to do more, but you know what? I'm not gonna do anymore because that is enough. The duende stories, yeah, if you guys have duende stories, send them to me, but put a warning, please, because that makes my butthole like close the fuck up 100%. I don't know. They just creep me out. I'd rather have a haunted doll than a duende in my fucking room. Fuck no. No, that's just not cool. After I've suffered that fear, that's it. That's it for this video. Because no. Alright? If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment which was your favorite story, or comment if you have a paranormal experience that you want to share. If you do have a experience you want to share, please send me through Instagram, TikTok, or I also have a Facebook. I'm gonna link everything down below. But yeah, if you guys do have any experience, please share them so I can do this for the next video. If I don't do it for the next video, I'm probably gonna do it for the next video, where I'm gonna be reading y'all stories, because I want to gather enough, to make it a very long, not long, but long enough to be, enough content and interest. I love you guys, and thank you for all the support in the previous videos. I love that, and I love you guys. And please be safe from those duendes, spirits. Just pray But yes, I love you guys. Good night or good morning. It should be good night. I hope you guys watch this in the night, okay? And if anything, I think I might be going live more here on YouTube. So just if you can turn on your post notifications so we can go chat on my live together. You guys can give me some ideas for content and share your experiences also as well on live. Stuff like that. So many things in the plans. I'm gonna be buying some new equipment pretty soon. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best equipment for me based on what I'm gonna be doing. Trust me, so much is happening, guys. But yes, if anything, bye, peace out, guys. I love you. Good night.